In gaming technology, fans are everywhere. We have them for our PCs, we have them for our consoles. But what if there was a fan for your mouse? This is the Marsback Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse, and it's unlike any mouse that I've ever seen. Inside, it's got a fan that is currently working right now, but on the outside guarding it is a frame that has a nice black, smooth finish to it that I was very surprised to find out does not leave many smudges. It doesn't pick up a whole lot, so that was a really nice touch to it. Guarding it is this very interesting webbed design that I really wound up really loving. It's very nice. It allows the air to blow through, but more so, it makes it into a very visually interesting mouse. What I was very surprised by is that it's also very sturdy. I was really thinking in my unboxing video and throughout my testing that I was just going to press too hard and suddenly my hand was going to go right into the fan itself, but it really didn't. It doesn't. It's very strong, very reliable in that instance. My one critique about the frame itself is it's not very ergonomic. It's actually very small feeling at times. I mean, whenever I put it in my hand, it feels nice, but it also, my hand just covers all of it and it doesn't feel natural at times. As opposed to an ergonomic frame where you actually feel like it's an extension of you, this one kind of feels like my hand is just enveloping it. Personally, I don't really enjoy that so much, but it's a very minor critique. Now, talking about the fan inside of the Zephyr Pro, I was saying in my unboxing video that the fan itself didn't feel like it was blowing a lot of air. I didn't feel the power of it. Throughout my testing, though, I did end up finding a setting that worked well. Because on the back of it, it's got two buttons here. One for fan, one for light that you can change as you're playing and change it based on whatever preference you have. Whenever you press the fan button, it resets the entire Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse. The whole lighting, even the fan itself, just completely switches off and restarts from the beginning. My thinking at that point would be that it was changing from a low, medium, high setting. The problem is you never actually know, because there is no sort of information, nothing that tells you how many settings there are, if there are any at all. Even on the software, the Marsback Zephyr Pro software, it doesn't ever show you the RPMs or the medium, low, high frequency. You have no idea. So you're really left in the dark while you're using the Zephyr Pro. Now that said, I did end up finding a setting that I actually did enjoy. I got a lot of air coming out of it at all times, even from the moment that I plugged it in. It didn't need much warm-up. It kept my hand cool, and it was really nice. I really liked it. I never thought that I needed my hand to be cool, or that maybe even my hands were clammy before. I had no idea that that was the case as I gamed, but this was a very welcome addition to my gaming experience. Now, one thing you will have to get used to, though, with the Zephyr Pro, because there is a fan inside of it, it does make it vibrate, and you do hear a little sound from it at times, but it's nothing that's too bad. It's just something different that you're just going to have to get used to. Now, one thing that Marsback seems to get is the lighting system. The Zephyr Pro lighting system is awesome. I love it, and it's completely customizable, too. Whenever you log into the Zephyr Pro software, you can change however you want it to be. You can have it be this rainbow lighting experience that I've got right here. You can make it be one solid color. You can make it do this breathing motion. It's whatever you want, it's got it in there, and it's really cool. I really like that. And like most high-end gaming mice, the Zephyr Pro will let you remap how it works. You can change different buttons to fit whatever preference that you have. You can just do that through the software, and I thought that was a really cool function. Now, because this is a wired gaming mouse, we do need to talk about the cable itself. It's got a soft elastic cable that I really enjoyed because it never once was bunching, it never got tangled, it never even felt like it got in the way a lot of the times. So it is a big plus for the Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse. Now, one of the really cool things about the Zephyr Pro has to be the wheel. The wheel itself feels very smooth, but it's the lighting that I really want to talk about. As you can see right now, it is a light blue light. That's because the DPI that it's set to is 1600. And it's light blue because it's an indicator of which DPI I want it to be. Now I can change that color 7 times, which means that there are 7 different speeds you can customize the Zephyr Pro to be and change it just with one click of a button. Now, to test out the Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse and to show how easy it is to use this DPI button, I tested it the only way I knew how, by killing demons. For our playtest of the Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse, we decided to use Doom Eternal. We played pretty early on into the campaign just because it can be very crazy, and a gaming mouse such like this is best for a first-person shooter. We're starting off here at 400 DPI, and then we'll be moving on and getting higher throughout. And as you can see, the cursor is a little bit slower compared to what you might be more used to. From here, we're switching over to 800 DPI. We're going to give ourselves a little bit more freedom and a little bit more speed, just because that's exactly what Doom Eternal needs. It needs all the speed in the world. All right, now we're moving up to 1200 DPI. And as you can see, it's getting a little bit faster, a little bit more range of motion than what I've had so far during this playthrough. Now, the standard for the Zephyr Pro is actually 1600. Whenever you get it out of the box, it is at 1600 DPI. That's actually what they say is the standard. So I've switched over to 1600 DPI. And as you can see, the pace is getting a bit more frenetic. It's getting a bit faster. So you need that kind of speed for whenever you're handling all these kinds of demons. But I think at this point I need a little bit more speed. So I'll be adjusting now to 2300 DPI, and I'll just, spoiler alert, as it gets to faster and faster speeds, I'm not going to be able to control it that well, but I think I'm holding my own here a little bit so far, but it's really more than what I'm used to. Okay, so now it's getting a bit dicey. I've got a lot of demons coming around me, and I think it's now time to change it to 3200 DPI. So as you can see, it's taking me a little bit. I'm trying to adjust a little bit to how fast that is, but the speed is there, and I think the Zephyr Pro is handling it pretty well. So things are going okay at 3200, but I think it's about time that we switch it to its highest speed, which is actually 16,000 DPI. And yeah, oh no, it's getting, I'm not entirely sure where I'm at this point. 16,000 is a lot to deal with, but yeah, the Zephyr Pro, as soon as you kind of get adjusted to it, it does kind of do the rest. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend 16,000 for honestly anyone, but there it is. Overall, when I first learned about the Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to think of it. I mean, it was just, all I knew was that it was a fan inside of a mouse. That's cool. That's cool in and of itself. But I found that while I was using it in my testing, it's just so much more than that. It's an overall experience. It's an experience in the interesting lighting that you have, the full customizability of it. The fan itself is just so unique and so cool, and I honestly never knew that I needed a fan inside of a mouse as much as the Zephyr Pro has proven that I do. It's just a really unique and really cool gaming mouse, and it's Also cool in that you can customize pretty much every part of it. You can customize the lighting, you can customize I think you can customize the fan speed, you can customize the different features and the functionality of it. Overall, it's just a very awesome gaming mouse. Now let's recap with some pros and cons. Once again, the pros. Fan power, really liked it, kept my hand cool for most of the time. The lighting, I think I've said enough about it. I absolutely adore it. Customizability is really nice, really cool. You can just craft it the way you want it to be. I love this design too. It was very photogenic whenever we put it in the light box, and it's just really nice to look at. I love it. And this soft elastic cord, if you're gonna have a wired gaming mouse, I would say that this is the type that you would want to get, this cord itself. Okay, moving on to cons now. One con has to do with the fan. The fan's great, but there is no RPM indicator to tell you if there's a low, medium, or high setting. Also, another con has to do with the frame itself. It's just not ergonomic. It feels very unnatural at times, but overall, if this is the type of mouse that you like, then go for it. If you're interested in buying the Zephyr Pro, it is available now on the Marsback website. Use our promo code CINEONLY and you can get $10 off of this gaming mouse. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications on more tech reviews. You can also leave a comment for any questions about the Zephyr Pro or any products you'd like us to check out. I'm Matt, Move the Joystick. Thank you so much for watching. Now to test out the Zephyr Pro Gaming Mouse and to show how easy it is to use this DPI button. Shadow.